Hi, Teacher Kandy. This is my first live chat, and I thought that what we could do is just do a teacher talk once a week. Probably it's not going to be on Saturdays. It probably will be on Fridays, but I will try and find a time when I can consistently do it every week. And hopefully ESL teachers and regular teachers can get together and we can talk about the different challenges, especially in the ESL teaching world. I'm not in the real teaching world anymore. Well, it's not the real teaching world, but the, personal face-to-face world with kids. And anyways, so I wanted to just talk, and what I'm going to talk about right now is things that work for me or things that are working for me in this moment. Next week, they might not work so great. But one thing I did, because I work for VIPKid, and in VIPKid world, you have to have reward systems. So one thing I did was, this is a picture out of, for my wall, I bought this really colorful 12 pictures of different colorful sites. And it was $4 mil, so $1, $1.50. And I just put them up as my background, but I had some extras that I didn't put up. And so I took one of them, and this was like a rainbow cake, and I cut it up into different sections. And all these, and all of them are numbered on the back. So if the kids, I said, pick a number 1 to 5, and I would put a piece of the picture up, and then they would guess. Like, usually if they pick this one first, they're like, it's fruit, it's fruit. And only once I did have kids like see this and say it's cake, which I was like, whoa, okay. I'm like, okay, well, let's see, because they were like, on the first or second try. Usually they had to get all the way through, and then they realized, hey, it's a cake, it's a rainbow cake. So, and you can just go to like Dollar Tree if you're in the US and find pictures and just cut them up, or get in your magazines, especially if you have like travel magazines and stuff. Travel magazines would be excellent if you're doing units on travel, to find a picture of maybe some of the places you're talking about and just cut it up. And then you can just number them on the back. I probably might do more. Next time I cut it up, I'm probably going to do smaller sections of it to give them a challenge, and they'll have to do more. So that's one thing that I'm doing right now that is working, and the kids like it. They think it's fun. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together, and they're happy when they figure it out. So I think that that's interesting. Something else that I'm doing that is being taken pretty well with the kids is, they have Google Slides. And God bless all the people that make Google Slides and everything, but I can't figure it out to get it on my Samsung notebook, whatever this is. It's not an iPad. And so I just go in Google Chrome, and I will Google things. Like, for example, one of my little girls loves Hello Kitty, so I will Google Hello Kitty gifts. And so I will start, like, I might end the class with this. Love you, love you. And I will just, oh, you did a good job, Hello Kitty says. Whoops. Hello Kitty says, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. She's laughing with you. She's happy. They love it. And I'm talking, this are little girls, like 7, 8 years old. They like it. Another thing I do is 5 things about me, 5 things about you. And I usually do it on my whiteboard, and I can't find my whiteboard. But what I usually do, oh, there's my baby girl walking. And so what I usually do is I'll say, I'm going to tell you 5 things about me. You're going to tell me 5 things about you. And at first I was giving them all 5 things at once. And then they gave me and by the third one, they're like, what were the other ones? So now I do it one by one. So I say, I have a dog and her name is Kisses. And then they usually will tell me, I have a cat, I have fish, I don't have a dog, I don't have a cat, but it's interesting. And I make little notes. And then, so the next time, if they told me that they have a dog named Rita, I can write, when I write in the messages to them, the feedback, I might say at the end, oh, and Kisses says hello to Rita. And so that way it makes everything more personal for the kids. So that's one thing. My favorite color is blue. My favorite color is pink, whatever you want to do. There's all kinds of different things you can tell them, and then they tell you. Number 3 thing that's working out, and this is another reward, and I don't have it handy, do I? I wasn't as well planned. I didn't think that, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't think this was going to work because I tried to do this yesterday and YouTube wouldn't let me do it. So, but the other thing I will do is I will take sheets of paper, just get blank sheets of copy paper, and I will write, once upon a time there lived a girl, a boy, and they will be on stickies. And they write, and what they do is each page helps them to write a story. And of course, on the back of the pages is their star. So, and on that one, because I only did 5 pages. So on that one, I put a star, whether it was boy, girl, whether they chose whatever. I let them name them, and sometimes, like this time I tried a unicorn and a fairy, and she picked a fairy, and she told the fairy's name. So if you have those kids that are really bright and really quick, that's something that you can do, especially for older kids, help them make a story. It makes their day, it makes the time go. It's a really good reward. It's working out really well for me with the kids that I'm doing it with. Now I did do it with an 8-year-old today, and she's brilliant. So yesterday on the cake thing, I showed her one piece of cake and she's like, oh, it's cake. So, and she's the only one that's done it in one picture. So, I think that I do the story with her because she, like I said, nothing gets by this little girl. But usually I do it with my 10, 11-year-olds, and I do for VIP in VIPKid world, I do a lot of level 3 and 4s. I'm actually not, at this time, I haven't done what I need to do to be qualified for level 2. So, and I am qualified also for the trials. But with trials, they're interactive now and they give you the rewards, and I've been using those trial rewards. That's another thing. The trial rewards, let them drag and drop. Let them play with that. Do it. Don't, that's a good secondary reward for me. If you wanted, and like I said, if you want to do something extra in there, good job. Do find a Hello Kitty. If it's a girl that says good job, find Iron Man that says good job. Boys seem to like Iron Man. He seems to be the hot one right now. Even with the Aquaman movie, Spider-Man is the other one that's hot for boys, because usually the trials are younger kids. So that's something that's working for me too. What else is working for me? I love my background. That's really working for me. And one of the reasons it's working for me is because, and let me even lift it up a little bit more so that you can see, is when I look at myself and I see this behind me, I smile, okay? And that's very, very important. I've actually heard on Facebook people talking about that they have RBF. I'm not going to say the word, but resting, or you could say RWF, resting witch face, I guess. And and you need to smile. You need to be friendly. You need to project. And you need to have that energy going. And so that is really important in the ESL online world. And you can be an ESL teacher and you don't have to be teaching Chinese kids in China. You can be an ESL teacher online and you can be in America and your students can be American, and but they need maybe they're just naturalized, newly naturalized, and they speak Spanish, or they speak, everybody goes to America. So, I mean, there's 100 different languages and all kinds of different people that want to learn English online, and there's all kinds of people that teach it. But you do have to have that energy. And it's not just even with kids. If you come on and you're teaching adults and you have this great energy and you're talking to them and because a lot of them, they're working all day and they're coming home and it's like, okay, I paid for that online lesson. I've got to do it. But the kids are screaming and that person comes on and they're like, hi, how are you? Okay. We're going over the verb to be. I am, you are, we are. You probably aren't going to get many people that way. But if you come on and you're like, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. How's your day going? And you give them opportunities to talk a little bit and get some of that out. And even if it's in broken English and you have to correct every other word, it's okay, because you're drawing them in. You have to think about it like almost like, in these movies where people like step out of, and not in a creepy way, not in the Ring way, but you are drawing them in, or you're stepping out, and it's like you're going into their living room to teach them. And all the energy that when I taught in middle school, first I started in middle school, and then I went down to elementary school. But I had to have high energy every day. If I was like, hi kids, they would walk right over you. They're like, oh, she's sick today. I can do anything I want, especially those middle school kids. You had to come in and you had to have energy, and you had to claim that classroom, because you have 30 kids and it's 30 kids against one teacher. And it really is at times against you. That was my experience anyway. But so you have to have that energy to drag them in and pull them into whatever lesson they have to learn that day. And you have to throw that enthusiasm and just let them catch it. Like, think of it like, fairy dust. You're spreading fairy dust out to the people that you're teaching, and they're going to sprinkle it, and they're going to be like, oh, English is so fun to learn. Teacher Kandy is so fun to be with. And that's what you want. And that is how you need to think of it in your teach world. And we, as teachers, sometimes we don't think of it like that. And this is whether you are a teacher in a standard classroom or you are online. It's your stage. You have a stage. All eyes are on you, whether it's one eye, across the world or across the country or across the city. It's one person, but their eyes are on you and they're watching you. And that energy that you throw out and draw back in is going to be what makes or breaks you as a teacher. And what a blessing. I'm a Christian, if you haven't noticed by some of my other videos. I'm a Christian, and I'm going to tell you, it is a blessing, because you can change for you. In VIPKid world, we only have 25 to 28 minutes. And what a blessing to give happiness, to give a skill, to make somebody smile, to make somebody be curious and want to learn more about what you're teaching. And it's a wonderful gift, and it's a wonderful skill, and it takes practice. There are people that are born naturals, but I think even the people that are born natural, for example, my mentor was Nancy Taylor. She was fabulous, absolutely wonderful, and she's all over. If you Google VIPKid, something Nancy Taylor is going to come up. But even if you would go back probably to her first video, to her videos now, she's much more polished. And she's the same energetic, fun person with great creative ideas, but she's learned through doing videos how to do it. And I'm sure she would say her first class to her classes now that she teaches are different. I'm hit the 100 mark, woo, 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 this month. Actually in February I hit it. And when I hit it, I was very, very happy, very excited. And I can tell you, I remember when I had done a couple back-to-back classes, and I had to do the cheats, like skipping slides and say bye, ooh, ooh, punch buttons, and make sure that I get to the next classroom. Or no, please God, start coming up, and everything. And I remember that moment when it was like I was going from class to class, and it was about 50 classes in. And now my other classes before that, they were still good, but my timing, I was still working on my timing. I was still working on how much time to spend, especially when you're a new teacher. A lot of your students are going to be new to you, and it's not going to be that student that you've had and and so when they get on, you can say, hey, how was your day? And they're going to go, teacher, I did this and that, and everything was great. It's going to be, and they're trying to get used to your voice, your mannerisms, and they're kind of looking at you like, do I like this teacher? And they speak a lot slower. They might look at mom, and mom's going, tell her, I had a good day. I am happy. And then they're like, I am happy. And so that eats up time. So when you're a new teacher, you're getting that timing down. And if you are a new teacher and you're going through that, don't worry, because you will get it down. It took me 50. It might take you 10. You might, after 10, you might be like, I got it. I'm cruising along. And God bless you. And share. Tell me, hey, it only took me 10. In fact, that's a good question. How many slides, how many classes did it take you till you felt really comfortable getting in to the slides and going from class to class to class to class? I will say it depends on the student. There's a couple students I have that they're so high energy, and I'm matching their energy, and after their one class, I'm exhausted. I can do about four. I can do about 4 back-to-backs before I'm like, oh God, why didn't I sip another sip of coffee before this 5th one came on, After about 4, I'm like, but I'm getting there. You learn. It's all a learning process. And as long as you're doing your best, and that's probably, that's going to be my takeaway today. What you give and how much you give is what you're going to get back. And, as far as the God goes, what you give, we give 10% and he gives 100% and 200% back. But even with teaching, what you give, what you are striving with, and how you put it, if you are doing the least possible thing, the least possible amount of energy, the least possible amount of brain work, the least possible amount of anything into your job. And this is any job in the whole wide world. This can be being a veterinarian, being a bank teller, whatever it is. You're going to get the least possible results back. So give everything that you can give, and do it with a glad heart and a whole heart, knowing that you can change lives. And as a Christian, of course, we want to change lives and we want to share Jesus. And, I've heard Christian teachers go, I can't say, in fact, there was just a question, do you say God bless you? And I have accidentally said, when the kid sneezes or coughs, I go, God bless you. And I'm like, but I haven't gotten any complaints yet, but I am going to start saying just bless you, because in China you can say bless you. They talk about blessings. And if I say bless you, I mean bless you from God, not bless you from Buddha or something like that. So I am, still blessing them, but it's a real blessing to give something to children or to adults or to whoever you are. And every job you do, it doesn't matter if you are, and I've done this job, so I'm not saying anything bad, but if you are like a person who, the clerk that rings up stuff at Target, just do it with joy, do it with happiness. And and God will tell you even who to say God bless you to. But, and I know with Target, you have X amount of minutes to ring those things through. So you're not really having a lot of time to do it, but just shine for Jesus, especially if you're a Christian, and in everything you do, praise him and give him glory. And, that's my takeaway for the day. What you give is what you're going to get back too. So if you're getting out good and positive, yeah, you might have that cranky mama, you might have that cranky student. And that is one thing I am going to deal with in another, I'm about to end this, so I'm not going to, but I will do another live talking about how to deal with difficult students. And yeah, I've only had 100, but I've been a teacher before. And I have lots of experience with difficult kids. So, anyways, that's the takeoff for today. Have a blessed life. Have a blessed day wherever you're going today. I just hope that you walk in grace. And if you like this video, please thumbs up it. Come and see me again. I will have a definite time zone and day and time for next week. And I will probably start announcing it on other videos too. But have a blessed day and God bless you. Teacher Kandy.